Here's how my client, a 25 million entrepreneur, went from waking up anxious and unfulfilled to feeling alive again every morning without sacrificing business growth. If this sounds hard to believe, I get it. I'm not here to convince anyone. I'm here to speak directly to those who feel the way me and my clients used to feel. If any part of you still feels disconnected, numb, or like you're just going through the process, even though on paper you have made it, keep watching. This could be the turning point your nervous system has been waiting for. This is not for beginners. It's not for those chasing growth, just for the sake of another revenue goal. It's for successful entrepreneurs who've already built something substantial, but are waking up tired, anxious, and numb. You have done the mindset work. You've scaled your business, but something still feels off. You're not broken, you're just disconnected from the part of you that actually feels alive. And that's what this video is about. Not long ago, I was that guy. I was striving consultancy, advising 7 and 8 e-commerce founders on profitability and growth, and co-owned a 7-figure lingerie brand called Pave Couture. But inside, I was numb. I wasn't emotionally available to my ex-partner. Even on vacation, I couldn't enjoy the moment. I only feel something once I got home. I looked at pictures behind my screen and I thought like, wow, that was a great vacation. I thought hitting 1 million in revenue would finally make me feel successful. But with every new client, the excitement faded faster. I closed a 45k profit deal and felt nothing, just pressure. I woke up at night drenched in sweat, caught in loops about the past, or scenarios that never happened. I thought not feeling anger meant I was emotionally strong, but in truth, I was completely disassociated from my body. Eventually, I fell into a 50k debt after lawsuit threat, which sucked me into a deep depression. I couldn't even afford my groceries anymore. I had to move back to my parents, which was my biggest nightmare. And then I went all in on healing. Ayahuasca, therapy, retreats. I even locked myself in the complete darkness for 4 days in Italy. But things only got worse. I felt like I was floating above my body. I thought, if this is life, I don't want it anymore. Then I found somatic work. I learned that trauma isn't just happening to us, it is what doesn't finish moving through us. All those suppressed emotions, they weren't gone, they were stuck inside of my body, burning up energy. That's why I was exhausted, numb, and anxious. When I started regulating my nervous system and letting my body complete those emotional loops, I began to feel alive again. This is the old way. The old way is burning from disconnection and fear, not excitement. Using resentment, especially towards our fathers, as fuel. Thinking emotional suppression is strength. Chasing revenue as the answer to inner emptiness. Trying to hack my way to peace, waking up 5 a.m., optimizing everything. But there is a new way. The new way is building from alignment, aliveness, and joy. Use breathwork and somatic tools to reconnect to our bodies. Regulating our nervous system daily. Trusting the gut to guide business decisions. Following what feels good, not just what looks good. One of the most powerful habits I built was my daily 15-minute breathwork practice, where I allowed my emotions to rise. without trying to change them. Afterwards, I would feel so much lighter. The first thought I always had was, what the hell was I even worried about? That's how real clarity is born. I created a framework. It's called the Inner Alignment Method. It's built on 4 pillars that guide my clients from internal chaos back to authenticity, back to creativity and joy. Pillar 1, nervous system regulation. When your nervous system is stuck in fight or flight, it braces against life itself. You can't feel genuine joy or clarity. Your body's energy is spent trying to repress emotions it didn't felt safe enough to process. That repression takes calories, literally. That's why so many high performers drained despite resting. You are not lazy. Your body is overworked from years of suppression. Emotions are unfinished energetic movements. They can't complete when they get stuck in your fascia, your breath, or organs. And fear, along with its children guilt and shame, is what blocks them. When we regulate the nervous system, we signal to the body we are safe now. And that's when the grief, the anger, and finally the joy can move again freely. One of my clients used to have anxiety attacks so intense that he had to pull over his car sometimes. After 3 weeks of learning how to feel through the fear instead of resisting it, it stopped completely. This isn't mindset, this is biology. When the nervous system feels safe, life will flow again. Pillar 3, somatic work. Your emotions doesn't live in your thoughts. They are living in your body. And most people carry unresolved tension in their gut, chest, jaw, shoulders, lower back. But they are so used to it, they think it's normal. Somatic work helps you to locate, feel, and release those tension. We don't try to fix emotions, we let them complete. And that is healing. A client of mine hadn't laughed in months. After one session releasing grief, he didn't know how stuck his chest was. He burst out laughing mid session, not from humor, but from aliveness returning. Pillar 3, emotional mastery. Emotional mastery isn't about controlling feelings or only positive feelings. It's about completing them. A normal emotion only takes about 90 seconds to fully move through your body if it's not interrupted. But most of us were never taught how to safely feel. We learned that sadness makes us weak, that anger makes us bad. So we suppress it. Over time, we create numbness. Mastery means you know how to feel safely. Feel safely the grief, anger, vulnerability, all the way through. When that happens, you stop reacting unconsciously. You reclaim your power. Pillar 4, intuitive decision making. Once our body is calm, once our emotions are no longer blocked, you hear something else. It's your intuition. The quiet knowing isn't just spiritual fluff, it's your body's wisdom speaking through sensation. Think about it. When was the last important decision you made? Did it came from rational or your gut feeling? When you're regulated and clear, you can feel what excites you, what aligns with your soul. That's how my clients go from burning out the wrong direction to building businesses that energizes them. One client was ready to shut everything down. Instead, after our work, he realigned his offer, restructured his week, and fell in love with his business again. This is what happens when you make decisions from your gut, not out of fear. Imagine waking up without a tightness in your chest. You are not reaching for your phone to numb out. You're not reaching your computer to not feel what's suppressed. You're waking up excited, not because you hit a goal, but because you're at peace. And that's the thing that you want to experience. Your calendar isn't filled with dread, it's aligned with what energizes you. You're building something you actually care about. You trust your decisions again. You know how to handle stress without collapsing. You are no longer driven by resentment. You're inspired by your intuition and the work that you're doing. And when you close a new deal, you actually feel it. You actually feel the excitement. That is not just healing, that's your power. That's performance without the pain. This isn't just about your emotions, it's about unlocking what your business has been waiting for. When your nervous system is regulated, you stop operating from reactivity. You become a more powerful leader because you listen better, you speak more clearly, you set clean boundaries. You scale with clarity, you delegate with trust, you sell from alignment. Your best ideas come back, your passion returns. You're not forcing anymore, you're just flowing. That's the foundation of long term success. And it starts by turning inwards. If something in this clicked for you, if you want to heal from within, DM me the word heal and we will start a simple conversation. Not a funnel, not a sales script, just pure clarity. You don't have to keep pushing through the burnout. There's a way to feel alive again. You have done the strategy, you have built the business. Now it is time to reconnect with you, the driver. Let's finish what your body never got to feel, and let's unlock what has been waiting underneath all along.